Hey guys, what's up? GP2K here, back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about quarterbacks and how hard they are to evaluate coming out of college. And players that were projected to be all pros like Jamarcus Russell, and they were way overpaid, ended up being complete busts. And we're just going to be diving into in this video how quarterbacks are coming into the NFL and which one was the best from every single draft. And without any further ado, let's get into it. So before we start this video is sponsored by Tactical Edits, and if you aren't good at Fortnite but still like the game, here's your opportunity to join that. He has great montages and Fortnite videos, and it's a very fast growing channel, so don't miss the opportunity to join Tactical Edits army while it's still small, so you can tell your friends that you're the first people to subscribe to this channel. And so big thanks to Tactical Edits, and without any further ado, let's get into it. The first player on the list is Sam Bradford, and he's the best quarterback from the 2010 NFL draft class because this wasn't a very packed quarterback draft class, and he was the number 1 overall pick drafted by the St. Louis Rams. He's been able to put a couple good seasons together, but ultimately he's been held back by injuries, and right now I think he's like around the 50th best quarterback in the NFL. So either around like a pretty good backup or a horrible starter. And I don't think the Rams are wrong to pick him, but they could have gotten a lot better quarterback if they waited a year or two. The best quarterback from the 2011 NFL draft is none other than Cam Newton. He's 6'5", 250, insanely athletic, and he won the 2015 MVP and also led his team to a Super Bowl, which was struggling that year. And he just turned this team around so fast. But he's gotten hurt in the last couple years, which ultimately led to the Carolina Panthers deciding to cut him. And now he currently is with the New England Patriots, and he's the starter for them. And he's been doing pretty okay for them. But he's not the same 2015 Superman that we saw. And I think he still could be a really good NFL QB for the next 5 years. He just needs to learn how to rely on his arm a little bit more. And if he can do that, there's nothing stopping Super Cam. The best quarterback from the 2012 NFL draft is Russell Wilson, and he's been nothing short of great. He had some concerns coming out of college because of his height, but he was drafted by the Seahawks with the 3rd round pick out of Wisconsin, and he is currently one of the best QBs in the NFL, and every year he has MVP potential, but then someone like Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson just comes and steals it right away from him. And he has 7 Pro Bowls, and he's been one of the best players, and he's been on MVP contention for a long time. And the Seahawks have been Super Bowl contenders almost every year that they had him because of Russell Wilson alone. And he's a great player, and he will continue to be. The best QB from the 2013 NFL draft class is Mike Glennon, and this is just a really bad QB draft class, and he was drafted in the 3rd round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out of North Carolina State, and he's had a lot of chances to be a starter, but he just hasn't proven to be a great NFL starter. He's currently one of the best backups in the league, and I think if the Buccaneers were lucky that they got him because Chardale Jones is the first quarterback taken, and he was just awful. Like, I think he's on a practice squad right now. And Mike Glennon, he's been okay. That's all. Just okay. The best quarterback from the 2014 NFL draft is Derek Carr. He was selected by the Raiders in the 2nd round out of Fresno State, and he's been a pretty good player. Like, at his best, he's been a top 10. At his worst, he's been a lower 20s. But he's been a 2-time Pro Bowler, and last year he was having a great season until he got hurt. And this year he's doing pretty well, and with having great play from Darren Waller's helping him a lot. And he's a solid starter in the NFL, and the Raiders should feel lucky that they got him with a 2nd round pick. The best quarterback from the 2015 NFL draft is Jameis Winston. And once again, this wasn't a very talented QB draft class, and the 2nd overall pick was Marcus Mariota, and he's not doing that great. And also, Jameis Winston is just one of those guys who can just huck it up in the air, and about half the time it works. Last year he had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, so about half the time it works. And he can be a solid starter if he could learn to not throw so many interceptions. And the Saints are hoping that with Drew Brees as his mentor, that he could be a starter for the Saints in the future, just because Drew Brees has tremendous accuracy and is one of the best accuracy passers in the league to ever play. And Jameis Winston is a good player when he's doing amazing, but when he's not, he's a really struggling player and can throw a lot of interceptions. Next on the list is Dak Prescott, and he was taken in the 4th round by the Dallas Cowboys, and he's been a really good player for them. He was going to be the MVP this year, no doubt about it, but then he had a really bad injury. Like, people are wondering if he'll ever be the same player again. And if you get a player this good out of the 4th round, I mean, that's absolutely a steal, because they were able to get Ezekiel Elliott with the 1st round pick that year, and that he's been a weapon to really help Dak out. And I think that if he has a lot of weapons like he did this year, he will be an MVP caliber quarterback every single year for the Dallas Cowboys. But he's on a franchise tag this year, so there's some controversy about if he might go somewhere else next year, like San Francisco. But no doubt about it, this is one of the better quarterbacks on this list. The best quarterback from the 2017 NFL Draft, this is the best quarterback in this whole list, is Patrick Mahomes. His first year as a starter, he won MVP. Second year as a starter, led his team to the Super Bowl. This year, he might lead his team to the Super Bowl and win MVP, and that would be kind of crazy because not that many players have ever done that before. And people are thinking he's already a Hall of Famer, even though he's only 25 years old. This was a pretty good draft class with other good quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson going in it. And Deshaun Watson has been a great player, but the Texans have struggled. And Patrick Mahomes is just the easy pick for this 2017 draft. The best player from the 2018 NFL Draft is Lamar Jackson, and he was taken with the 32nd overall pick by the Ravens, and he was the 2019 MVP winner because he had 36 touchdown passes and 12 rushing touchdowns, and he also had over 1,000 rushing yards. And he's being compared to Michael Vick because he's also really athletic, but the difference is that he has a better arm, so that might mean to a better future if he ever gets injured. And Josh Allen's also blowing it up, so Lamar Jackson might not be the best on this list for very long. And also, I think Lamar Jackson could have a really big future and be compared to Russell Wilson if he can figure out how to rely on his arm a lot more. The best quarterback from the 2019 NFL Draft is Kyler Murray. This wasn't a very hard choice because Dwayne Haskins, he's already the 3rd string quarterback for the Redskins, or the football team. And Daniel Jones, he's been a really bad player this year and taken a big step back. And also, Kyler Murray, for a quarterback, he has the most rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. And at one point this year, he was in the talk for MVP candidate. And now with DeAndre Hopkins on his team, there's nothing stopping him. I think he could be the best quarterback in the league in a couple years. And him and DeAndre Hopkins might be compared to Jerry Rice and Joe Montana and other great wide receiver quarterback combos like that. This is still way too early to tell, but the best quarterback from the 2020 NFL Draft so far has been Justin Herbert. And if you're Bengals fans or Dolphins fans or even Eagles fans, don't get mad because Justin Herbert could be beat by any of the other 3 amazing quarterbacks from this draft class. But so far, Justin Herbert's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he's just been amazing. And there's even some Pro Bowl talk for Justin Herbert. And for being the 3rd quarterback drafted, this is way higher than what people expected from him, and he's went above and beyond. And he just has a really bright future and will probably be the Chargers quarterback for the next 10, 15 years. So guys, thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for further videos, please leave it down in the comments below. And that's pretty much it. See you next time.